Hey, poll of the day. How should short-term rental parking spots be handled? What should we do about that? There's been a lot of suggestions. There's even a proposed short-term rental ordinance. Some people say there should be an allotment of parking spaces per property. Some say it should be based on the number of bedrooms of a house. Some say you should have to pay to bring a car here. I've actually heard that one a lot, which isn't completely crazy. Now, I'm just talking about for short-term rentals, for people who come here on vacation, like the visitors. And I'm not totally opposed to this because, you see that in other areas when there's a shortage of parking and space, you have to pay to bring your car. And hey, if we want to get rid of congestion, there's only a few things you can do about it. One, you've got to incentivize them. You've got to try to incentivize the visitors to not need a car, not have to have a car while they're here. So there'd be a reduction in cars. So that means you got to give them other ways to get around. Like you got to give them public transportation. You got to do the Uber golf cart taxis, make it more bike friendly, walk friendly. You've got to give them a reason not to bring a car here. And you got to make them pay for it. If everything's free, they're not really going to follow the rules. They're just going to bring as many cars as they want. Same thing goes with parking. If parking's free and it's unlimited, it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. They're just going to bring as many. And all great places have parking problems. We're a victim of our success in this situation, like a lot of things. But I'm asking you, short-term rentals is a big part of our economy. Huge part of our economy. We make a lot of revenue off of it in bed tax, 30, 40, 50 million a year we collect in bed tax. It creates so many jobs. It's the backbone of our tourism economy because they have to stay somewhere. And we're a cottage culture, cottage industry, cottage community, I should say. We don't have high rises, so short-term rentals, is a big tradition here in Walton County. We're big about traditions here, and it's something that's going to stay. It's not going anywhere. But with success, you've got to prepare for the future, and you've got to make it sustainable. But the parking, a lot of people think if we can get a hold of the parking, as far as how many spots each house is allowed, or maybe getting them on new construction, they're required to have a certain amount of parking spots. There's been a lot of suggestions, and I like all of them. I'm not really. I've heard a lot of good ones, but I want to know what you think. Write it in the comments. How should we handle parking for short-term rentals?